Om Shanti, a warm and blessed morning to everyone. Let us now come together in love to invite our beloved Baba. We will call upon Baba with deep reverence, share with Baba our ultimate goals, and earnestly request Baba for his divine guidance and support. With great love, we will use the term invocation, which resonates more profoundly, to call upon Baba to come and enlighten us towards our ultimate goal. I have wholeheartedly integrated that goal into my life. It has become my life's mission to achieve the same level of completeness and supremacy as you. The divine has come to shape me into the likeness of Sri Lakshmi and Sri Narayan. I have embraced this goal for my life, just as the garland symbolizes. In order to attain that goal, please guide me on what is necessary for my current spiritual efforts. Teach me all that is required for my progress, and then reflect on what Baba is imparting, and consequently, evaluate how my Purusharth is advancing with Baba's teachings. It must be mentioned in the Murli that if your Purusharth is on the right path, then Baba will also mention it in the Murli whether my Purusharth is going well or not. The easiest way is to look at the Murli. The Murli contains those points, the Murli contains those practices, and the Murlis are progressing accordingly. This means I am going in the right direction. Who knows better than Baba? No one. Okay? Let's invoke Baba. Complete. Om Shanti. Today, we present the divine elevated versions in corporeal form, dated February 22nd, 2025. Baba said, "Sweet children, you must listen attentively to what the Father is narrating to you. Refrain from joining any other classes or groups led by others." Do you get it? What does it mean? Father says to just listen to the Murli, then no need for other classes. What does that mean? What does this mean? Listen only to what Baba tells you. Do not pay attention to or speak of negative or harmful things. So, what is Baba trying to tell us? Don't believe others. Who are others? Who would you call others? That is the truth. Baba advises that you should focus on what Baba narrates, which means that whatever you hear should be carefully evaluated and understood using the principles of the Murli. The Murli serves as a touchstone, and it is of utmost importance to evaluate and judge everything you hear based on its profound teachings and principles. So, everything will unfold exactly as Baba narrates, so make sure to listen attentively to what he says. Oh, do not worry about anything, for we are Brahmins, and if we can purify the 5 elements, why can't we purify 2 Golgappas? We can eat them with pure vision. Baba has also said this. So now, has Baba ever mentioned this in the Murli or not? If not, then who is revealing this information to us now? It is the soul of the Brahmin deity clan. This is the standard by which you should examine everything in detail, including whether a class is being conducted or not. Lately, I feel that Mama Baba's presence is within me, and I can foresee your future. Baba mentioned that he can manifest anywhere, but that's not possible. Test. Baba said in yesterday's Murli to follow good children. Follow those who make good efforts. Baba mentioned it in the Murli. Yes, he said to follow the criteria. These are demonic things. Do not listen to anything that is demonic. Do not see anything that is demonic. And do not speak anything that is demonic. So what will happen if you straighten it? Sweet children, listen only to what the Father tells you. What should you listen to? Embrace divine teachings, express yourself with divine words, and perceive with divine vision. What insights did Baba impart to us through the Murli yesterday? If the Supreme Being has chosen me and I can develop a virtuous mind, then I need to cultivate 5 key qualities. Everyone has made their contributions, and some individuals have even taken the time to write down their thoughts and reflections on the matter. I don't see any qualities in myself. What should I write? That is the wrong answer. You are a soul chosen by God. The nourishment that comes through the intellects of the wise is directly bestowed by God Himself when He descends to this earth, to His own direct children. And it is not possible to have the quality of becoming a bead in the rosary of 8 without a pure mind. If you haven't written it, do it today. Ask God if you need help. Sit in front of Him and ask. If you don't tell me, I won't get up, nor will I let you get up. Right? And by this evening, everyone has to post it. Now, what should be done after posting? First, just like you practiced yoga on it yesterday, do it again today. Second, one soul is connected to another soul. Take some time to read and carefully examine whether those 5 qualities are present within you or not. Everyone, either pick one intentionally or just scroll through and read whatever comes up in front of you. Right? Will it be done? This is practical homework. Those who haven't written it today should write and type it. If you can send it in pencil, please send it in good handwriting. Otherwise, you're writing. While practicing yoga, one does not reach the seed stage. But while reading your writing, one cannot attain it because it is the language of the Supreme. The writing is such that only the knowledgeable can understand it. So, write it clearly or type it and send it. It's a good question. What certainty did you children receive through the Father? Who has given you children this assurance? It is Baba who has given you this assurance. Baba reassures you that He is your Father, teacher, and also your true guide. He motivates you to strive to stay in this awareness always. Make effort to stay in this awareness, but Maya makes you forget. Even in ignorance, it is Maya's influence. What does it make you forget? The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul says, I am the ocean of blessings and knowledge, not of powers. He doesn't explicitly say it, but rather keeps repeating, I am your Father, I am your Father. Do you get the gist of what I am trying to convey? When engaging with a child, a mother doesn't just issue commands like, get up, drink your milk, do this. She bends down to their level and communicates accordingly. In a language that does not even exist, as if it were from another realm. My beloved child, you will drink from me. Now everyone here understands what water is, but this is not about water. But everyone knows this, O Madhav. So when God first comes to earth, what relationship exists? What relationship is formed? Understand that relationship. When you understand it, just like parents guide you in 10th or 12th grade, they say, go here, don't do this, do that, don't do that, as a teacher. Then, as they grow and finish their studies, they find freedom through Sadguru. Change your life because I have done my work well. I did it with good nurturing. You need to establish that connection for this nurturing. That's all there is to it. So Baba assures you that I am your father, your teacher, and your true guide. Last evening, during our discussion, we emphasized meditating on the principle of unwavering faith. Nishchai Buddhi Vijayi Nishchai Nishchai Buddhi. And there's another point to consider. The second question is, which chart needs a sharp mind? See how many good points the chart has. You need a vast intellect to keep a chart. First, you need intellect to keep a chart. Then, you need a vast intellect to maintain it. Consider yourself a soul and see how long you remembered Baba. A vast intellect is needed for this chart. By recognizing yourself as a soul and remembering Baba, you can dispel your vices. Consistent practice of soul awareness is crucial. As shared the day before yesterday, reiterated yesterday, and conveyed today. Which soul? Which soul? Brother, could you pass me your phone for a moment? I need to make a call, but my balance is completely used up. I only have a 10 rupee talk time left, which is not enough. Which recharge are you doing? You need to do an unlimited recharge. You can watch anything. It has all the internet. Do you need Wi-Fi? I can give it to you. If you want to access your mobile, I will use my Wi-Fi for unlimited access. So what kind of SIM am I? In my mobile-like body, what kind of SIM am I? This is the soul, the SIM card in everyone's mobile. Which SIM card is it? I am a soul that is destined to attain sovereignty over the entire world, to fully accept it, and to achieve triumph. So how much did you remember the Father, seeing yourself as a soul, and which soul did you consider? Who will be the dearest to Baba? The one who keeps all of Baba's hopes in their mind. To maintain this chart, a broad intellect is required. Therefore, there is one chart and one account. If you give an account verbally every day and then say a sentence to Baba, Baba, I might have forgotten something or made a mistake that I didn't tell you about or missed mentioning, so please let me know. Baba will touch your heart. Om Shanti. The students understood that the teacher has arrived. The children know that he is Baba, the teacher, and also the Supreme Satguru. The children remember this, but it is according to their individual efforts. The memory of the royal children is indeed present, but it varies according to the individual effort of each one. Our respected mother, who is deeply devoted, sent us a video message. I didn't ask whether it was their son or daughter who was getting married, but they had a DJ playing music with my Baba's name, and people were dancing to it. Based on my unwavering conviction and the efforts I have made in my spiritual practice, what is my current standing in this spiritual endeavor? From this foundation, children will gain clarity, though their understanding will vary based on their individual efforts and levels of commitment. How and in what manner should it be represented? Therefore, determine your position firmly, and your efforts will naturally align with it. According to the level of your efforts, you will attain your respective status. Therefore, you should set your position and decide which rank you aspire to achieve. In accordance with that rank, I will strive to attain the number one status in that endeavor. The answer is in the question. Unfold the words. Children understand this too, but their efforts vary. The rule says once you know he is the teacher, he is also the father and the guru. So how can you forget, brothers? That means not to go. Once again, there is Baba, God. When God is forgotten, it means that the certainty of intellect and vision is lost. However, this Maya causes you to forget. During the period of ignorance, Maya never makes you forget. A child can never forget their father. It is their duty. Children are happy knowing that we are the inheritors of the Father's wealth. If a child does not feel joy in their father's wealth, it signifies that they are unaware of their father's identity. He does not know that the father has so much wealth. The child feels happy knowing that he is the owner of the father's wealth. Although he studies himself, he still receives the father's property. Here, you children also study and receive the father's property. You are learning Rajyo. You are learning yoga to achieve kingship. If the idea of kingship is not in your mind, if that highest position is not in your thoughts, then you are not truly learning Rajyog. Yesterday, a mother from abroad visited us. We asked her when she came into the knowledge, and she replied, 1986. We understand, and yesterday we took the opportunity to ask them what they aspire to become in life. She used to say she couldn't relate to Sri Lakshmi or Sri Narayan. This was not her background, so she wanted to become a good person. Then I mentioned that those who are walking with Baba, they express that they aspire to become deities, specifically gods and goddesses. So we link them together, understanding that the most virtuous individuals among the deities would be Sri Lakshmi and Sri Narayan. 86. It means that when we were born, around that time, that soul had already come into awareness. Yesterday, it became clear to her what the importance of the goal is. What a huge failure this is. The child you've kept in the same class for 40 years doesn't even know what class it is. They just know they need to be a good person and a deity, but don't know why. We questioned about which deity was present in the first capital, and I elaborated that not only deities, but also royal citizens were there in the first capital. There is so much depth to it, and I mentioned that this is the essence of it. Introduce everyone to the Father. Giving the Father's introduction doesn't mean that God has come. It means showing what you can become. You possess immense wealth. Your Father owns everything you could ever need, so there's no reason to search aimlessly. You are learning Rajoga through the Father, and you become certain that He is the Father. The Father is showing you the path to salvation. Therefore, I am the true Guru. The Father is showing the path to true salvation, which is why He is the true Guru. We should not forget this. We must listen to what the Father tells us. This is like showing a toy to monkeys. See no evil, hear no evil. This is about humans. You have seen the 3 monkeys of Gandhi, right? Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, just like that. So Baba is explaining that this matter specifically pertains to human beings and their actions and behaviors. We cannot make people sit down. They might get angry thinking it is about them. So the monkeys are made to sit. The Father says, do not speak, listen, or see demonic things. Hear no evil. Earlier, these were made for monkeys. Now humans are made like this. You have Nalini, don't you? Nalini Devi Ji just left her body. Surely all of you must be well aware of this. Isn't that right? Therefore, do not pay attention to the criticisms directed at the Father. The Father mentions how much they criticize him. You know that devotees of Sri Krishna light incense in his honor, while those devoted to Sri Rama block their noses. It illustrates the idea of ours versus theirs. By doing this and that, they might choose to do it in their own way, but we will follow our own path and ways, all right? So, I do not strain my voice unnecessarily, over there as well as right here. Disrespecting God does not merely mean that you are not following Srimat. It also includes speaking any ill words about any Brahmin, which is equally detrimental. Talks of jealousy and such are meant to bring you down, so focus on God. There is this neighbor lady, Tayagi auntie. You had a significant confrontation with them once about the issue of littering, emphasizing that there should be no trash on either side. One day, their child was playing on the road. You quickly picked him up because a scooter was passing by. That day, everything changed. Turn it around. You have so much love, and the renunciant has so much love. But one day, the child felt a little bit that this is how they always do. He went and told his mother. Then you will see the form of Mahakali. They are best friends. For example, no parent likes it when someone speaks ill of their child, especially when that person does not even know the child well. It is a great sin, and spiritual effort declines. Contemplation does not progress, and they keep wandering. You know that devotees of Lord Krishna light incense sticks before him. Even 1 or 2 sticks sent may not appeal to them. They start acting like enemies. You are from Ram's lineage, while the world is from Ravan's. Here, there is no question of grass. Do you know what happens when you call the Father omnipresent? By constantly focusing on worthless things, the mind has also become worthless. Brother, what you think is what you become. What you observe is what you turn into. When you hit the wall, your intellect becomes like the wall as well. Reflect on the immense disrespect shown towards the benevolent Father who grants you your inheritance. They lack true wisdom. Instead of being jewels of knowledge, they are but mere stones. Science is not a jewel, but rather a stone, which implies that the conversation is not about those precious jewels. The wisdom that I am imparting to you, if it is not deeply embedded in my intellect and my core beliefs, then what does it become? It transforms into something lifeless, akin to a stone. We are not discussing the path of devotion here, but rather the essence of true knowledge. Actions and efforts that lack a clear purpose or direction are ultimately unproductive and lead to nowhere. Where am I heading with these aimless actions? Am I embarking on a journey? Well, but for what purpose? Our revered Baba will be immensely pleased. Reflect on this. What parent would ever desire their child to face hardship? This is indeed a profound indication. Venture into the depths of your inner being. This is a profound and extensive journey. Aspire to attain the highest elevations within yourself. They lack true understanding. What they possess are not gems of wisdom but mere stones. Thus, it is essential to remember the Father. The Father declares, I am who I am, and in reality, no one truly comprehends me. Keep the Father in your thoughts, for I am who I am, and indeed, no one truly understands my essence. I am a point of light, manifesting in the form that I am, just as I am, and I possess the inherent capability to perform a variety of deeds and actions in numerous capacities. I am who I am, just as the Father is the essence of a luminous form, and He embodies not only the ocean of knowledge, but also the ocean of peace. In what ways do we perceive these expressions? The ocean of wisdom, the ocean of sanctity, the ocean of tranquility, and the ocean of virtues. What is the deeper meaning behind this? Take some bottle gourd, take some spinach, take some round gourd, take this. Brother, there are no bell peppers. So, if there is no deeper meaning behind it, then what is the point of being a vegetable vendor? Your true significance and your purpose in life are what truly matter. If you are emerging from that thing, then it is useful to you. So what is Baba's reality of all these powers and virtues? It is that you must remember the kingship of the Satyuga world as your goal. You must know the true essence. Who am I? What do I achieve through this? So Baba never leaves his goal. Man mana bhav madhyaji bhav. Father and inheritance. Alpha and beta. Liberation and life liberation. In other words, the significance of my existence is matched by the importance of the mission for which I have come. We need to remind ourselves that we are souls. Even though we are His children, the Father's soul is not superior to ours. Although the Father is full of knowledge, no soul is greater than another. All souls are essentially one and the same. In Baba, there is a profound and powerful difference between the soul and the Supreme Soul, which is the origin of all other distinctions. What is that unique attribute in the divine that we lack, which creates such a profound difference? Please share. Do you truly comprehend the supreme essence of Param? Please enlighten me on what Param signifies in its most profound and absolute sense. The purifier of the fallen is the true answer to reveal your inner brilliance. Brother, there's a radiant light. If you don't bring it into your home, it will remain in darkness. It shines brightly, but doesn't take birth in a womb. Listen for a moment, just wait for a minute, please wait for a minute. There exists a profound difference between the soul and the Supreme Soul. If the divine were to enter me, I would become like the Father. Now you see, I have explained it in the simplest terms. Embrace boundless forgiveness and profound contemplation. Come, let us journey deeper into our thoughts. On what basis is He the ocean of all virtues? On what basis is it virtuous? How do we know? They do not experience birth or incarnation. The essence is present, and that is acceptable. Now let us reflect on this, a singular difference that generates all other differences. So Neelam Mataji responded by saying, the sea of wisdom. So, if you lack the knowledge to connect your answers, you wouldn't realize He is the ocean of virtues, and you might end up worshipping anyone or anything. You did not know you were an ocean of powers, so you lifted anyone who gave a slight blessing. You were unaware of the cycle of birth and death. Lacking true wisdom, everyone was born repeatedly. Whoever arrived was regarded as a deity. Reflect on this deeply. So, Baba, can you explain what the ocean of knowledge is? This is a distinction that exists between him and us. And as soon as he arrives, whatever answer you have derived will emerge from this. Did you understand? It seems you didn't phrase your question correctly. I believe it's my mistake as I sit here before you all. Although we are his children, it is not that the Father is a superior soul and we are lesser souls. The Father is all-knowing, but no soul is inherently superior to another. Your soul, too, is filled with knowledge, yet the marks you earn in the school of life depend on the effort you put in. No one gets 0 marks. Everyone achieves something. The Father says, the wisdom I impart to you becomes a part of you and enriches your being. In school, students are ranked by their performance. Have any of you ever received a score of 0? Be truthful. Who among you has ever gotten 0 marks? I always scored 100 out of 100 in math. Nevertheless, Madam was never satisfied, so she would always deduct 1 mark, leaving the rest for me. All right, let's get some marks. The Father says, the knowledge I impart to you becomes obsolete. Yet there are still pictures and scriptures have been made. The Father tells you souls, hear no evil, see no evil. What is there to see in this demonic world? Close your eyes to this filthy world. What is there to see? Where are you going to look? Where are you going to look? If it's necessary, that's different. What is there to see in this demonic world? Go here, go there, do this, do that. There are times when being with family becomes an obligation. It's acceptable. My intention is to go and spend time idly, observing this and that. Now the soul must detach, remembering this is the old world. Why maintain a connection with it? The soul must remember to not truly see this world, even while looking at it. We must train ourselves to look beyond what surrounds us and focus on remembering our abode of peace and joy. In your abode of peace and happiness, what is in your Father's abode of peace? They also remembered Brahma. The abode of peace means remembering the Father. You have to remember your abode of happiness, not heaven. Remember your position, focus on your goal and the Father. What else do you go to see? When the soul does not find joy and fulfillment from knowledge, yoga, contemplation, and service, what does the soul yearn for? It yearns for joy. Thus, the mind starts seeking pleasure in worldly activities, wandering here and there, engaging in conversations, looking around, and finding enjoyment in these distractions. So, whenever your mind starts to wander towards someone, understand that some kind of trouble is approaching. Contemplate your realms of peace and happiness, as the soul has been endowed with the third eye of knowledge, making this reflection vital. Devotees, even in the path of devotion, wake up early and recite their prayers with beads, as they regard the early morning as a sacred time for spiritual practices. There is also a significant regard for Brahma bojan, which is not just Brahma bojan, but rather Brahm bojan. So, what are the elements related to Brahman? For example, we have Brahma food, the sacred time known as Brahma Muhurat, and the celestial abode called Brahma Loka. And what else is there? The auspicious time for Brahmins and the glory of Brahma bojan. Brahma bojan is not just any food. It makes you Brahmakumaris and Brahmakumars. You are referred to as Brahmakumaris and Brahmakumars. You must have heard it, right? But not everyone has heard it. Om Shanti, I feel good to be invited today. Respected Brahma Kumari, when you call them without any fault of their own, it is truly not their mistake. And it turns into such a mockery, especially considering that I am a Brahma Kumari. I didn't say it. I've been with Brahma Kumaris for 40 years, but I still don't know the difference between Brahm and Brahma. So first, sit down and explain calmly, brother. They don't understand that Brahma's children are Brahma Kumar and Kumari. Brahm is an element, a place to reside. What greatness can it have? Now return to the abode of peace. The abode of peace is a place to reside. What will you gain by remembering it? So, what Baba is trying to convey is that you should remember the true essence of the abode of peace and do so with a deep sense of meaning and profound understanding. Baba scolds the children, saying, "Children, you worship on one hand and criticize on the other. By criticizing, you fill yourselves with darkness. Becoming fully tamasic is inevitable. The cycle will repeat. God is in every particle and everyone." So auntie is leaving. Oh, whose child is this? Let's assume it belongs to one of them. How awkward this feels. We could call everyone here father. Otherwise, it feels like a big disgrace, almost like an insult. You can call your worldly son, and we all say everyone is the father. When important people come, explain the cycle to them. This cycle spans 5,000 years. Pay attention to it. Just as night follows day, the day will follow night. There cannot be night without day. After Kali Yuga, Satya Yuga must come. The world's history and geography repeat. So the father explains, "Sweet children, consider yourselves as souls. It is the soul that does everything. It plays the part. Consider yourself as the soul. The soul does everything and plays the drum." So today, everyone has to write about the first topic. What are the benefits of understanding oneself as a soul? What benefits come from seeing oneself as a soul? No one knows that if we are students, we must know the start, middle, and end of the drama. World history and geography repeat, so it is truly a drama. Moment by moment, what has already transpired will occur again. Those with limited understanding often fail to grasp this concept. What can the teacher do in such cases? Those with limited intellect are the ones who pass. Those with limited understanding often fail to succeed, leaving the teacher with little to do. Can the teacher be asked to show mercy or grant blessings to aid their success? This is another form of learning, where in this Gita class, the Lord Himself teaches Rajoga to the devotees, guiding them on the path of spiritual wisdom. Rajoga is taught to achieve sovereignty. If you are not practicing yoga with the intention of attaining kingship, then you are not truly learning the essence of Rajoga. We must turn the Kali Yuga into the Satya Yuga. According to the drama, the Father must come. He says, "I come at the confluence of every cycle. No one else can claim to narrate the world's beginning, middle, and end. Calling oneself Shiva Om changes nothing. Shiv Baba comes to teach. Shiv Baba comes to impart the teachings of easy Rajoga, which should be simple to grasp. But why is it that we are not able to achieve it? It's simple, yet why isn't it happening? You all are aware of how to spell the word airplane, and I am confident that 99% of you can write it down without any difficulty. In our childhood, mastering this spelling felt like a monumental task, akin to conquering the epic Mahabharata. Now this spelling seems easy. Lord Shiva, also known as Shiv Baba, comes to impart the teachings of simple Raj Yoga. So we need to enhance our contemplation. Without contemplation, things feel heavy. That's why the same questions arise. All your answers lie in understanding birth and death, in being a seer of the three aspects of time, in the realm of peace and love. Whenever someone visits, the menu remains the same. What would you like to have for breakfast? The same affection and sweetness are always offered. Kindly let us know, dear friend. Inquire from that brother about his region of origin. If he hails from the south, he would prefer idli. If he is from the north, he would likely choose aloo paratha. So, you need to understand, if someone is from Gujarat, then they would prefer fafda. However, you are serving the same thing to everyone. If you want to eat, then sing, otherwise leave. So he remained hungry. This too is your karma. Why did you open the hotel then? Shiv Baba comes to teach us easy Rajoga. No saint or sage can be called Shiv Bhagwan. Many people claim to be Krishna or Sri Lakshmi Narayan, But where is the prince of Satya Yuga, Sri Krishna? And where are these impure beings of Kali Yuga? They would not say that God is in these impure ones. You can go to the temples and ask. They ruled in Satya Yuga. Then, after Satya Yuga, came Treta, Dwapar, and Kali Yuga. Baba has brought up a very deep question about their whereabouts now. So let us directly ask, my friend, who are they exactly? Are they your parents? If so, can we strive to become like them? Let's step outside. It seems they don't have faith in it themselves. Brother, if you call them our parents, then why can't we become like them? They are eternally venerated, and you too are always held in high esteem and revered. Why is this so? It is due to a lack of awareness and wisdom. In the Golden Age, the Sun Dynasty ruled. In the Silver Age, it was the Moon Dynasty. You children know this. There are many Brahmakumaris and Kumaris, so Prajapita must exist. Humans are created through Brahma. Brahma is not the creator. He is the father of humanity. How are they created? The Father imparts his profound wisdom to everyone, explaining that the scriptures were created later on. For instance, just as Christ's teachings were recorded and eventually became the Bible, the teachings were documented afterward. The one who grants salvation to all, the liberator and the purifier of the impure, is the one and only Father, who is praised by all. It is often said, when everyone is attaining salvation, why are we making efforts? Tell me. Reflect on this. If ultimately everyone is destined for salvation, why do we continue to engage in our spiritual practices with such diligence? Dear brothers and sisters on YouTube, can you tell us your ultimate goal? What is the aim you are striving towards? When Baba said Baba gives salvation to all, if everyone is destined for salvation, why make efforts? Yes, YouTube brothers and sisters, please pause and answer. What does this mean? We aim for the highest salvation. Every soul, when it reaches the supreme abode, will become completely pure. It will be purified by the trials it has endured and the efforts it has made. When the souls return, based on their purity, they will pass through the stages of sattva, rajas, and tamas. However, we who will go to the supreme abode will attain the highest salvation because we possess complete purity along with the power that Baba mentioned yesterday. There is no need to go on YouTube to see how many people have given the wrong answer. The purifier of the fallen has a different definition. It includes purity of mind, speech, and actions, and complete holiness, full of all virtues, perfect in 16 arts, totally free from vices, the epitome of righteousness, doubly non-violent, non-violent. Alright, YouTube friends, please pause and reflect on the meaning of this. We are all destined for the ultimate salvation. Every soul, upon reaching Paramdam, will attain complete purity, whether it is through undergoing penance or through dedicated effort. And when these souls return, their journey through the stages of Sato, Rajo, and Tamo will be determined by their level of purity. When we go to Paramdam, we will achieve the highest state of salvation because we possess complete purity. As Baba mentioned yesterday, the next word is Patit Pavan. There is no need for you to go on YouTube to see how many people gave wrong answers. The purifier's agents are different. Purity of mind, speech, and action. The definition of complete purity, full of all virtues, 16 celestial degrees complete, completely viceless, the highest among humans, doubly non-violent, non-violence as the supreme religion. How many people do not know the definition of purity? I am currently attending a class, but I have no idea what grade it is in, nor do I know the standard or level of the class I am in. Bolu goes to school every day. Bolu, my child, which grade are you in? Math, social, English, social studies. No, my child. It's time for class. Time for learning subjects like math, English, social studies, computer, and drawing. Yes, I am aware of the different classes. Why have I come here, brother? As a Brahma Kumari, I have come to become pure. I have come to give happiness through my thoughts, words, and actions. I have come to serve. Don't mention the subject, mention the class you came for. I came to become Sri Lakshmi Narayan and completely pure. Complete purity has one definition. Its symptoms cannot be separated. The definition is endowed with all virtues. 16 celestial degrees complete, completely viceless, highest in code of conduct, doubly non-violent. Non-violence is the supreme religion. Those on YouTube who have written the incorrect definition should write it 50 times today. Write this definition 25 times today and 25 times tomorrow by hand. Revise and remember. If you skip the homework, you'll enjoy the class for a few days. Then you'll quit. This is the Murli. You need to work on it, not just listen. There is only one Father who is the purifier of the impure. We remember him and pray, "O God, Father, have mercy." He is the Father of the entire world. People are unaware of who liberates everyone from sorrow. Now, the world has aged, and humans have become old and impure. As things age, they naturally decline. The influence of impure darkness has grown within them. We are presently in the Iron Age, and after this phase of destruction, the Golden Age will inevitably follow. A world war will ensue, accompanied by numerous natural calamities. This is the time we are living in, and humanity has achieved significant advancements. So what does the future hold? But what is that state which can effortlessly explain everything to us? What does my unlimited recharge signify? What does my unlimited recharge plan entail? Who am I really? I am the Supreme God. You continuously proclaim that God has arrived. You children challenge everyone by declaring that the ancient eternal deity religion is being re-established through Brahma. This religion is primordial and eternal. Nothing existed before it, and it is indestructible. The establishment of the religion that encompasses and reflects the virtues and qualities of the deities is currently in progress. According to the drama, everyone keeps listening. They also imbibe divine qualities. We had no virtues. The number one vice is lust. It is surprising how the battle with Maya continues. Even those who resist are swept away by Maya's storms. They say Sawara instead of blackened. For Lord Krishna, they show that he turned Sawara after being bitten by a snake. To maintain respect, they say Sawara. I am not dark, you have made me dark, so it feels strange, so I said it directly. I used to think about it when that serial would come on. And coincidentally, I watched an episode where they were playing cricket and the ball went into the river. I wondered who made the ball at that time. My initial question was directed at myself. I asked my mom, where did the words come from? She looked at me and I responded, all right, it's okay. So those individuals who were engaging with the dominion of the world, while they were engaged in the sovereignty of that world, they gradually moved to the background. It's all right. They became lost. What did you see there? In the depths, there were all the serpents. Once they conquered them, they started dancing and indulging in sensory pleasures, eventually reaching a stage where they transformed into our Sheshaya, with Lord Vishnu lying in repose. It is not Sri Krishna who lies down. It is Lord Vishnu who reclines in his complete and mature form, fully experienced and with a focused purpose. Showing the dark face loses respect. Travelers come from the distant formless land. Iron enters this world in dark bodies and makes them fair. Now the Father says you must become pure again. Remember me and your sins will be destroyed. You will become the masters of Vishnupuri. On February 22nd, 2025, God speaks these words. Keep me in your thoughts and also remember Vishnupuri. By doing so, you will become the rulers of Vishnupuri. I am here to guide you. I am speaking to you right now, and I am telling you to make sure you underline this. These insights need to be understood deeply. Baba embodies both the form and the essence of spring. He exists as a point of light, which is filled with wisdom and knowledge. He is not detached from his name and form. The world remains unaware of his true form, and they know nothing about it. The world is unaware of his form. The Father teaches that I am also known as a soul, but as the Supreme Soul. The Father explains that I am also known as the Supreme Soul. Hence, it is essential to treat this practical task as the highest priority today. Extract all sentences with the word BAP. And then in the evening I will tell you, first you must read the Murli and then write it down. The Father says, the Father says, the Father says. Whoever gave the correct answer, the time they spent on it will be added to their yoga practice tomorrow. For example, today you spent 1 hour extracting points and your count came out exactly right. So if you did 4 hours yesterday, write it down as 5. You will need a significant amount of concentration to extract this understanding. Today, consider how many times Baba said, Father, Father, Father within just 1 hour. What realization is he attempting to bring about through this repetition? Dad knows that he is not really studying. To avoid losing face in front of everyone, he quietly picked up a book and placed it to the side, while repeatedly saying, Speak to the side, speak to the side. Move to the side, move to the side, and I keep glancing at my father, repeatedly urging him to understand. What side, what side? Now I can't even understand the hint. How much can a father explain at home? If nothing was done there, it's the same now. How can you not understand this? Who can be so dull? So in one Murli, Baba repeats the word father so many times. Why is this relationship mentioned repeatedly? Understand this. So it becomes one with the Supreme Soul. The Supreme Soul Father explains to you that I am also called a soul. Becoming one with the Supreme Soul, he is called the Supreme Soul Father, the teacher, and is also said to be knowledgeful. They understand that knowledgeful means the one who knows everyone's hearts. If the Supreme Soul is omnipresent, so then, if everyone became full of knowledge, why do they refer to that one? Humans have such petty intellect. God is not partial or omnipresent. He knows everything. If he knows everything, why so many conflicts? A little contemplation reveals this. They do not understand knowledge. The Father explains the contrast between knowledge and devotion. First comes knowledge, then the day, the golden age, and the silver age. First comes knowledge, then the day. First is the golden age. Then comes the silver, copper, and iron ages. Knowledge leads to salvation. This is the knowledge of Rajog. The Hatha Yogis cannot explain this. This knowledge is for the kings. The Hatha Yogis cannot explain it. Householders cannot grasp this because they are impure. So who will impart the knowledge of Rajoga? It is those who say, Remember me alone and your sins will be eradicated. In your mind, focus solely on me and no one else. Serve everyone around you and make sure to give love to every single person you meet. Focus your mind solely on me and keep your intellect aligned with mine. For example, when you come to Madhuban, you serve with such dedication. You don't even do this much at home. With immense devotion and happiness, they carry out their service without any sense of attachment. Even if we have tickets today, we do not worry about who will be serving food or cooking vegetables in our place. Instead, we remain focused on remembering the One. The path of renunciation has its own religion. How will the knowledge of householders be shared? Everyone here says God the Father is truth. Only the Father reveals the truth. The soul has received Baba's signal. So we remember Baba and ask him to narrate the true story and guide us to become Sri Narayan. Now, I will tell you the story of Satyanarayan. Earlier, you used to listen to false stories, but now you are listening to the true stories. False stories are meaningless. If we ever asked for an explanation, he would just tell us to sit quietly and listen. We have observed Pandit Ji getting angry in numerous instances in various places. I asked if it was during one of our functions and I went there to find out. So I asked Pandit Ji, could you shed some light on the meaning of this for us? He replied, Brother, take a seat. I am aware that you attend the Brahmakumaris sessions. Let them continue, as I am aware that most people do not truly understand the teachings and merely memorize things without grasping their deeper meaning. Brother, he is already upset. He meets a Brahmakumari somewhere. We now seek the true essence and meaning in everything. Without this, we risk our own downfall and that of others. You are now listening to the true story of Satyanarayan. Earlier, you used to listen to false stories. No one can become Narayan by listening to false stories. So how can those be the true stories of Satyanarayan? A human cannot turn another human from an ordinary man into Narayan. only the Father comes and makes you the master of heaven. The Father also comes to Bharat. However, they do not understand when he comes. They mixed Shiva and Shankar in stories. They even called the Shiva Purana the Gita. Then, the Shiva Purana became greater than the Gita. In reality, the knowledge is in the Gita. God says, focus your mind on me. Today, the Supreme Being instructs us with Man Manabhav. The Divine Himself advises us to stay in constant remembrance of Him in one way or another. The term Man Manabhav means a common definition is to remember the Supreme Soul by seeing oneself as a soul. This is Man Manabhav. So, the core definition of Man Manabhav is this, but the meaning of Man Manabhav is any form of divine remembrance that affects my state, ensuring that my consciousness remains vibrant, light-hearted, and continuously empowered. Being in a state of self-respect, maintaining divine remembrance, and focusing on a particular goal are all aspects of the concept of Man Manabhav. These words are unique to the Gita and not found in other scriptures. The Gita is often praised as the supreme scripture. The supreme advice is from God Himself. First and foremost, it should be conveyed that within a few short years, a new world of divine conduct will be established. This reference is specifically about the location known as Rajuri Garden. The land in Rajuri Garden was taken in the name of Mamaji. At that time, no one would think to ask, Mom, since you're about to leave, can you sign this so that the property is in our name? Otherwise, it will be very troublesome. Nobody could have predicted that Amaji would be taken from Kanpur for an operation when they found that lump. When we went there, Mamaji suddenly passed away, which caused a blackout, and as a result, the land subsequently went to the government. When the government said they would return it later, and the time came to return it, they asked for proof. The proof had already been submitted, so it became very difficult. So, at that time there was a statement that emerged suggesting that if they were to give us this land, we would be able to bring heaven down to earth within a year's time. Baba is saying that first and foremost it is important to explain that it is said that in a few years this corrupt world will become pure. Right now, there are many people in this corrupt world, but in the pure world, there will be very few people. This is why destruction is near. Baba is teaching Rajoga. The inheritance is from the Father. We ask the Father too. The inheritance comes from the Father. We also ask the Father for it. Any situation can arise suddenly in the coming days. Imagine there is a sudden flood, or a fire breaks out, or a bomb is dropped, or a huge crowd gathers, causing a lot of noise and commotion all around. The sole focus you need to have is on one thing alone, without paying attention to others around you. Avoid worrying about where the children or adults are. Just immerse yourself directly into your spiritual state, without even considering if Baba is nearby or not. This is the singular and vital aspect that will offer protection to all the souls around you, regardless of whether they are your family or not. All of a sudden, there was a loud and resonant sound, reminiscent of the earthquake we experienced that day, and it all transpired within the blink of an eye. Now I'll take the mic, open the door, and go outside. Won't the roof outside fall? If it falls, that will fall too. So where is the safest place? It's here. So sit here and practice yoga. However, it is essential to cultivate the habit of sitting in meditation, even if a suitable place is not available. Does anyone have any questions? If there's no place to sit, just stand. That's all. What else? I come and lean against the wall, and that's it. If you cannot find a stable place to stand, you will have to balance on one leg and hold that position with care. If there's no place to sit, then hang above. I'm coming, I'm coming. Any situation left from this? They bring such deep nourishment, meaning even Baba might think that I do not contemplate this much while sitting. Now many patient souls face destruction. The Father teaches Raj Yoga. The inheritance comes from Him. Even when asking, it is from Him. If someone has wealth or a child, they say God gave it. So there is one God, right? Then how can God be in everyone? This is an example given. Alright, so Baba asked about the reason for this. Baba says that if someone has wealth or anything more, or if a child is born, they will say that God gave it. So God is one, right? Then how can there be God in everyone? Now the Father tells souls to remember Him. If God is in everyone, you might say this one gave, that one gave, and so on. Or if it's about money, you might say, this money is given by God. All right. If God is in everyone, then distribute it equally among all. It is not that you are lying, but rather that God is not present in everyone, so you need to prove it directly. The soul says God has given us knowledge. We then share it with our brothers. Understanding ourselves as souls, we must remember the Father. Maintaining this chart requires a broad intellect. If you understand, then by keeping a chart and listening to it carefully, your intellect can become vast. Maintaining a truly accurate chart can lead to a broad and discerning intellect. While being soul conscious, it is important to remember the Father. Although the knowledge is straightforward, the soul must remember the Father for self-progress. Only a few maintain this chart. Make sure to note this point from today's Murli. Seldom do people maintain a true and accurate chart. Mark today's date, as Shiv Baba has emphasized the importance of the chart in today's column. By staying soul conscious and remembering the Father, you will never cause sorrow to anyone. By remaining soul conscious and in remembrance of the Father, you will never cause sorrow to anyone. Listen, the Father comes to give happiness, so children should also give happiness. This means that if we give happiness to everyone, it will become easy for us to attain a soul conscious state. The Father explains in the Murli that Shiva, the Supreme Father, comes to give comfort. So children must also bring comfort to everyone. You are on the right path, aren't you? Stay silent. You should bring joy. Stay hidden and make it a habit to write and revise this daily. Our organization's slogan is to remain silent. Only a very few individuals keep a truly authentic chart. Mark today's date, Shiv Baba. The point noted in the chart column today. By staying soul conscious and in remembrance of the Father, you will never cause sorrow to anyone, see? By remaining soul conscious and in remembrance of the Father, you will never cause sorrow to anyone. Now listen, the Father comes to bring joy. So children should also bring joy. In essence, when we bring joy to others, it naturally becomes simpler for us to cultivate a sense of self-worth. The Father reveals in the Murli that Shiv Baba comes to bring peace. Hence, the children should also spread peace to everyone and walk on the right path. Isn't that so? You should remain silent, give happiness, and stay hidden, and make sure to write this down and revise it every single day. Our organization's main slogan is to remain silent, to give happiness, and to stay hidden. Keep revising this, keep revising it continuously. Never cause anyone any sorrow. The ghost will flee with the remembrance of the Father. It requires great subtle effort. Remember, with the Father's remembrance, the ghosts will flee. Both worldly and spiritual realms, although the spiritual isn't tangible, referring to both the physical and the subtle. These gross defects, which represent our vices and the so-called evil souls around us, are actually non-existent. Nothing ever happens unless my state and mindset are dependent on the condition of my mind. How strong is my mind? We have heard this many times. I gave you an example. We can see this, we can see this. Every morning, it's not that at 3:30 everything is visible. It stays completely dark for a while. And when we sit on the terrace above, there's nothing quite like it. The cool breeze makes it so delightful, and our state of being is truly elevated. This isn't a matter of just a few days, it's been years, even decades. It's been 15 years, and very rarely have I missed sitting upstairs. So I make it a point to sit upstairs every morning and night. I rarely go to Baba's room, but each night I find immense joy in sitting quietly upstairs on the terrace, enveloped in the profound silence. All these will vanish. It requires great hidden effort within. All right, sweet children, loving remembrance and good morning from the spiritual father and grandfather. Spiritual children, remember and send love, good morning, and greetings to the spiritual father and grandfather. To cultivate spiritual virtues, we must shut our eyes to the negative influences of this old world. We should sever all connections with it and not even acknowledge its presence. In this vast drama, we are mere observers. It unfolds moment by moment. What has happened has already repeated. The past is gone, it no longer exists. Avoid discussing or debating it. When you keep bringing up past events to sway others to your side, or to flaunt your extensive knowledge, or to demean yourself, it is not constructive. Although it is important to note that this particular point did not surface during our discussion last evening. If you want to imbibe points of knowledge in your intellect, do not share any wasteful thoughts with anyone. Poison is to give poison to oneself. I had noted this point. This brother is like this, that brother is like that. This is how the yagya is, this is what happens in the yagya. And then you say, Baba doesn't help me. With my very own eyes, I've witnessed the solutions that Baba shares through the Murli. On numerous occasions, Baba has made me his instrument. I have seen their efforts, the soul must be. I saw their actions and then they say, Baba never helped me. Never had any feelings for the yag. Just continue serving and making your efforts. Do not focus on the wasteful. If you avoid focusing on the wasteful, you will remain in yoga like a stone. Be mindful of your well-being. Avoid any unnecessary distractions. What steps should I take? What do I need to do? Maintain this awareness in every moment. Strive to succeed in all situations. The past often repeats itself. Develop a broad and expansive intellect. Look there. From the Supreme Abode, even the earth is not visible. You are observing a person, his words, his actions, what he does. And if someone mistakenly tarnishes the reputation of God's children, just imagine the repercussions. I have seen. Blessing, may you become a living embodiment that unmistakably showcases the true essence of reality and the elegance of royalty. Reality and royalty. A time will come when every soul will manifest its reality and royalty in a visible form. It will be so delightful to witness that moment. The time I am most eagerly awaiting is when the true essence of the soul will be revealed in its entirety, both theirs to us and ours to them. Then, when it becomes absolutely clear to them what kind of souls we truly are, it will be incredibly delightful and joyful. All right, at that moment we will celebrate and dance with great happiness. The soul will experience profound remorse for its deeds. At the moment of revelation, the garland of the mind's beads and the future kingdom will become evident. The nature of the future kingdom will be unveiled. Both aspects will become evident. As we stand on the stage, the revelation will manifest. At present, as we race forward, a thin veil of dust may obscure the brilliance of the hero. However, in the end, this veil will be lifted, revealing those who were hidden in all their splendor as the royal family. From this moment, the royal family will begin to demonstrate their royalty, making their future positions clear. Now is the moment to embody your true royalty, the nobility of forgiveness, the grace of letting go, and the dignity in handling every situation. It doesn't matter to me. If you feel that way and the brother spoke like that and you think it's right, then add 2 more and let me know. I will never object. Tell me about 3. Do not go around showing off how good you think you are. What do you feel about it? Does it seem right to you? Spread the message further, as I am here to serve you. Your future will become clear, so realize the essence of reality and royalty. Keep your reality clear. Do not try to appear good in front of anyone, nor bad. Be transparent about who you are. Those who strive to surpass others by thinking, if I do just a bit more, I will get ahead. This very mindset obscures the true brilliance within. Slogan: eliminate all that is unnecessary and awaken your inner strength through any method. Engage with the Murli, write letters, meditate, or immerse yourself in spiritual knowledge. Engage with Baba and share your thoughts. Create a detailed schedule to keep yourself engaged. Remove all unproductive activities by any method and bring forth your inner power. Very well then, Om Shanti. All right. Yesterday I gave you homework. Who completed it? What was the new title? What was the new title? What was the new title for Peaceland yesterday? First, tell me who has not made an attempt before. Those who have not put in the effort. Today they should skip one meal and dedicate that time to practicing yoga. If he doesn't do it, he will miss a meal and will practice yoga during that half hour. If he doesn't do it today, then with folded hands, we request him not to come tomorrow. It's okay if he did it, but didn't achieve anything. The effort was there, and that's very good. In the last paragraph, Baba explained that the title given to the abode of peace is in fact the home of the infinite. The infinite home came up again a few days ago. I think it was the 12th. Not sure how it slipped. The abode of the infinite is visited by only the most exceptional souls. Baba had bestowed this new title upon the abode of the infinite. Now that I have explained this to you. The title of the abode of peace is being mentioned. Someone is saying that the word Lota has come up. Is Lota the title of the abode of peace? Please think about it. No, this is it. I am sending it again. The title of Shantidam has not changed. All right. And for those brothers and sisters who are watching on YouTube and do not know the definition of purity, please make sure to write the definition of purity 25 times. So, what is today's practical homework? So, what is the practical task for today? First and foremost, consider your unique attribute. So there are 5 distinctive qualities that Baba has recognized in me, which is why he has chosen me. Even now, I can achieve the highest rank of the Sun dynasty. I can attain the status of Sri Lakshmi and Sri Narayan. You need to write down those 5 special qualities and post them, and then you should read your own post. Additionally, you are aware that you need to read someone else's post and make a comparison to see if you possess those qualities within yourself. Furthermore, in today's Murli, the word Baba, which means father, is emphasized multiple times. In today's Murli, make sure to note down how frequently the term BAP is mentioned throughout the session. And in the end, those who did not clearly know the definition of purity should write down the definition of purity 25 times as explained in the Murli. Those who did not do the homework yesterday should come up with a new title for the unlimited home. They will do an extra half hour of yoga and skip one meal. If skipping a meal is not possible, then this is half an hour. We will extend it by 1 hour, and that too extra from yesterday's yoga. Tomorrow you should extend your yoga session by an additional hour, all right? Om Shanti. Let's express our gratitude to Baba. Does anyone have any questions? Any questions about this?